You say that we all descended from a single mother and a single father, namely Hazrat Eve.
Yes.
We have one mother and one father. You say that all of humanity shares the same mother and father. But right now, there are hundreds of different kinds of people on Earth. Their temperaments are different, their appearances are different, their colors are different. This shows that a single mother and father have, over time, given rise to hundreds of different races and types. Isn't this a good piece of evidence for evolution, teacher?
That's a good question. Well then, let me ask you the same question. Let's say, for example, you and your wife, won't you have children together? So, until the day of judgment, as your descendants multiply and continue until the end of time, won't all those who come after you carry your genetic makeup? Let's imagine, hypothetically, that there are no other people. Let's say children are born from you and multiply in this way. Just as it was in the creation of the first prophet Adam, let's suppose that God also allows close marriages now, as he did then. So what would happen now? Now, would those who come until the day of judgment not carry your genetic makeup?
They would carry it.
If you look back, the situation is the same for Prophet Adam as well.
But we say that due to the influence of environmental conditions, different things emerge.
Look, that's good. Now let's talk about those DNAs, the genetic structure. It's possible to encode so much information into them here, with a code. He says, I read somewhere, imagine a 100 square meter area, and from here up to the moon, encyclopedias of 1,000 pages each. Imagine the information loaded onto the genetic structure. He says, only this many encyclopedias could contain it. The amount of information encoded in that genetic structure is enormous. You might ask this, so how did so many different colors and races emerge? Now, not all colors and all characteristics reveal themselves at once. For example, there are stars in the sky, right? We see them at night. Why can't we see them during the day? Because the sun is out. We call that dominant. We say it's dominant. In biology, we call it dominant. That is, the dominant trait, the dominant character, suppresses the recessive traits, the recessive characters. For example, let's say tallness is dominant over shortness. Now, you are tall and your wife is short. So the children you have together will be tall. Why? Because tallness is dominant. But after a while, let's say one of your grandchildren marries someone who is short. Since the shortness gene is present, there is about a 50% chance that their children will be short. As tribes and groups multiplied and moved into different areas, they began to reproduce and grow within themselves. As they started to multiply within their own groups, some of the recessive and dominant traits were gradually eliminated over time. Recessive traits also began to emerge. As a result, those types of characteristics became visible. For example, let's say your genetic makeup includes green eyes and short stature. You might also have brown eyes. You may carry different color traits, but they might not appear in your children. But in their descendants, if they marry someone else who also carries the same recessive trait, the likelihood of those recessive traits appearing increases to a certain extent and they become visible.
Teacher, that was a really great answer. So it means that in a person's creation, in their genes, there is enough information to carry all the generations that will come until the end of time. And in fact, all the generations that would come after Prophet Adam and our mother Eve were already present in the gene pool of Prophet Adam and our mother Eve.